Today's been another nasty Sunday. We've had rain, got wind, and we under a tornado watch till 2. We're here in Florida, still enjoying the weather. It's still not cool. It is still warm, so I'm loving it other than the rain. And yeah, welcome to my channel. This is February, and we're celebrating two things this month. Well, actually, three things this month. We are celebrating Black History Month, and we're also celebrating Valentine's Day. And I'm also going to be doing some markdown on some of the more higher end books and so forth. So I'm going to be doing that for you guys as well. And plus, the books are still going to be 20% off if you choose to go on our Pango bookstore and purchase any of the books. We do have books already on sale as well as on our Etsy shop, so you can also check that out. We do have a Valentine's Day sale coming up, so you have all that. Okay, thank you. Okay, alrighty. Now I'm going to get into a little bit of discussion before we start showing the books. I'm just going to show you some of the books that we do have, some of the books that you may not know we have, and just going to let you see those. But anyway, before we get started, I want to talk to you about first editions. Okay, first editions are books that have came out. They're first. They're the number one books out there considered first edition because they were printed first and all that. Sometimes you have first printed in the U.S. Then you also have first how they call it, a first edition in the U.S. and things like that. So that means that the book have been the first edition was in Canada or some other country or something like that. The first edition for the U.S., it means that's when they first printed it in the U.S. So first edition is first print of the book and things like that. And these books are very collectible, and people love it when they get the first editions and so forth and everything. Which means if you get a vintage book and so forth, and then it's a first edition, make sure that you announce that, put that into your details put that into your details. My call is all messed up. Put that into your details so that the people that are looking at the books and so forth will know that it is a first edition. Okay. So if you miss it, you need to just make sure. Now, just like this book here, you'll see this cover. This is Harry Potter, and I showed it to you before, nice and thick and all that and everything. And you'll see a lot of books that are inexpensive or it's priced low, pretty much put it like that. It is priced low. It does look like this book or have this cover, but when you open the book, it is not like this book. This is a first edition in the USA. Okay, this is the first edition in the USA. Now, I'm not sure that the books that are priced low are even this thick and so forth, because I can't really tell, by the details or the photos and so forth on those other books and so forth. I can't tell. I can tell that they do have this cover or a similar dust jacket and so forth, but you can find some of these books with this dust jacket around $5 in on Pango Bookstore and everything. And maybe they have a reason for selling their books that low. Maybe it is not a first edition in the U.S. or first edition of any kind, and it just have this year similar or same dust jacket and so forth. But the contents of the book, regardless, is going to um, give you the value of the book and so forth and things like that. So when you do source books and things like that, kind of pay attention to first editions and things like that, because when you do first editions and so forth, you can charge a little more for first editions. Now, I do a comp on all the books that I do sell, and I do, and that's the reason, and that's how I see some of these books are priced really low and so forth and things like that. And according to the comps and so far, because they could be priced low and then they could be priced, well, low it would be down, and then some of them are priced high or higher and so far. And when you're doing your comps, you're going to look at all of that. Also, you're going to look at the sold comps and the not sold comps as well and so forth. So when you're doing books and so forth, it is just like anything else, a lot of research, a lot of, research into your book and so forth for you to sell it. Okay, this is one of our books that is going to be marked down and it's also going to be on sale. So if you want this book, just make sure that you mark it down and then check in a couple of days and so forth because it will be marked down and it will be on sale. Okay. Um, one things too um that when you do find these books and so forth and everything, when you do find low end books and so forth, you want to bundle them. You want to find books with the author's name or maybe the similar contents of the books and things like that, and you want to be able to bundle them to get a good price on, because a lot of the books I don't have one out. But anyway, a lot of the books are like for Jack Higgins, you can get at $10 and so forth. That's pretty much what they charge. I think it's $7 on up to $10 is what you would price. Is what they are pricing for a Jack Higgins book. Individual Jack Higgins book, like a singular book, and so forth. You would be paying $7 to $10 for such a book. Okay, in order for you to actually make some money with that, you need to add a couple more Jack Higgins to that one book and so forth, so you can at least get $28 or more and so forth on that book. So there you have that as well. Okay, so I'm going to show you some of the books now that we do have, and I don't have too many pulled out today and so far. But I just wanted to, come on here. The weather's bad, and just, talk about books, talk about first edition and all that stuff. And also, I'm always talking about bundles anyway. So there you have that. Okay, these are really great little nonfiction books and so far. And if you're into lovebird pets and things like that, these are two great books that you definitely want to read, especially because I do know quite a few people that do have lovebirds and all that. And if you now I could sell these books individually and so far, but I'm selling them together, the frogs and toads. And a person that wants this book here, Lovebirds, would probably not want this book, Frogs and Toads, and so far. But here's the thing, and so far, even if you don't want Frogs and Toads, and I can imagine who does, but it gives you information on pet health and things like that. So from lovebirds to frogs and toads and so far. And these books are inexpensive and all that. And if a buyer contact me and say that, okay, I just want to buy the lovebird books and I don't want the frogs and toads, then I would consider that. So yeah, I will consider that and change the listing and so far and just sell that particular books and so far. But if no one comes to me or say that, then these are a bundle, because we do have more books. Well, I don't have any books, but there are other books and so far. When I was doing the research and comps on this book, there is a list of it's called Happy Healthy Pets and so far, and you have a slew of healthy happy pets, and these are guidelines books here to try to keep these pets and healthy and so far, from caring for them yourself, veterinary care, and all that other stuff as well. So that's this book here. Okay, I don't know why I pulled this book out, but I'm going to go ahead and talk about it. And here, because this was made in the movie, made as a movie, and I think I can't think of the young lady that played that part. He's Just Not Into You. This was a movie which really caught my attention on purchasing this book. Here, I thought this would be a great book, and so far for juvenile reading, or even adult reading and things like that. Hard to get ready to bark because Paul is getting up. So I'll let him bark. So yeah, so this was a movie, a pretty good movie. I didn't see it all, but I did see some of it and heard about it. So this is a pretty good book here to read, and good for juvenile reading or young adult reading and things like that. He's just not into you. And this book is in great shape and so far, and it does have like questionnaires, little paragraphs, and all that stuff in here, like these little sections here, like that throughout the book. Exclamation mark here and so forth. So it does have like a lot of information and so forth in here. Okay. Now we're talking about Black History Month, the history and things like that. I am a lover of all history, Black history especially, but I'm also a reader who loves history of other people and things like that. So we are here, we're talking about Walt Disney, the history of Walt Disney, Will Rogers. I'm really not interested in that. But yeah, there's other Harry Truman, and a lot many see what's that? Many queens of what is that? I don't have my glasses on. But anyway, these are little Foley's history books and so far, to give you in history of certain people, certain things, and certain places and stuff like that, which I'm a fan of. Now, for Valentine's Day, this is a great bundle here. It is actually 19 romance silhouette books and so far, and everything. We do have these on our website. They're not really that expensive, and you can get these books for 20% off and so forth. And I think this, for somebody who loves to read, back from Burnout, called them Moves and Booms and so forth. But these are romance books and so forth and things like that. Perfect for your girls' night out, or let me see, or your book reading club, or whatever you. This is a great combo here, bundle here, for that, for anyone that loves romance novels and things like that. So I was glad to pick those up and so forth. And I do have a bundle of 6 or 7 books for Harlequin romance as well. I didn't really want to get in too much into these books and so forth, because when I went back to do the thrifting and so forth, I didn't pick up any the second time. They do still have some there at the library book sale that I went to and everything. But I did get these 19. Thought I had 20, and then I got 6 or 7 of those other books. It might even be more. I'll have to count them again and see and all that. Now, we're going to talk about this book here, Illuminata. The name lets you know from the beginning this is some type of spiritual book, and so for religious book and so far. And it is so. If you think that, you will be right. This is a beautiful, well-written book here. And this book is in like new condition, other than me trying to clean that label off and did that little bit of damage on the back to this label here on the dust jacket and so forth. But this is a great little book right here. Great little book. And I was trying to see if it and it's written on printed on a nice the paper is not just regular paper. It is very nice or expensive paper that this book is printed on. You can feel the texture of the papers and so forth. And this is a first edition as well. This is a first edition and everything, which is a beautiful book, beautiful spiritual book and so forth. And I also will be marking this book down as well. I will be marking this book down. So, and it also is 20% if you, care to, get this book. Very nice book. Okay. That is all the books that I pulled out. I did not pull out very many. But anyway, I just want to come on here and do a little book discussion, show you some books and so far, and let you know about that markdown that we're going to be doing on some of the high-end books and so far. And don't get me wrong, high-end books that you find that are valuable for a higher profit, make sure you put that higher profit there once you do your research and things like that. And the book may have to sit for a while until somebody purchases it and so far. But I found out through that book that I sold that was $350 and so far that, hey, if they want the book, then they will purchase it and so far. So, I'm not going to sell low-end books and so far. If I do find some low-end books, I am going to bundle them so that I can at least get a profit and so far. And I know you guys understand that how business works and all that. And I appreciate you going to my store, checking it out. The link to the store is https cinemacola / pangobooks.com/bookstore/Eunice EUNICE 261247. And if you want to check out my books and other items that I have, you can check out my eBay store, which is www.ebay.com/str/Shawzae SHAWZAE books and home decor. Because I have a whole lot of stuff in my eBay store, clothes, handbag, books, shoes, coats, and home decor. Yeah, so check that out and so forth and get you something for Valentine's Day. Everything is on sale. It will be 20% off. So yeah, take a look at that. Take a look at the bookstore and just, if you're all about books and you just want to find a book, take a look at the Pango bookstore. If you're interested in other things and you happen to see a book, check out my eBay store. And I'll see you next time.